Hello, everyone. My name is Marwan Basuni, and I'm Specialist Solutions Architect for Amazon Connect at AWS. And I'm thrilled that Marcin Monchika, who's the IT Director at Nest Bank, will be joining us later to talk to us about how Nest Bank is transforming customer experience using Amazon Connect. But before we get started, I would like to ask a few questions. So by show of hands, how many has contacted their bank, insurance, or telecom provider in the last month and had to reintroduce themselves despite being a long-term customer? All right. So how many of you had a similar experience? You spend time with a chatbot explaining your issue, providing details, but when transferred to a live agent, they have no idea about your conversation and the context and ask you to start over. Thank you. Now, how many of you had a company who anticipated their need proactively and reached out to you on your preferred channel? No one? Okay. Now, as a business, raise your hand if you proactively address your customer issues and try to resolve them before they become problems. That's great. Thank you for the insights. So today we will explore and discuss how Amazon Connect can help you accelerate innovation and deliver exceptional customer experience. Amazon Connect is a cloud-based omni-channel AI-native contact center from AWS. And with Amazon Connect, you have a single platform that provides you with all the capabilities you need while also reducing operational complexity and delivering the experience that is required and you would expect from an AWS service, all backed by the security, innovation, and scalability of AWS. Our approach has earned the trust of tens of thousands of customers who rely on Amazon Connect to support over 10 million interactions daily. Amazon Connect powers your Amazon customer service, which supports 10,000 plus customer associates across 30 plus countries. Now the same platform processes over 6 billion customer interactions annually across all organizations of different sizes. Delivering customer experience is a team sport. And next, I'm going to spend some time talking about where we can drive outcomes for specific areas of your business by persona. First, we will look at customers, then our agents, then managers and supervisors, IT professionals, and execs. Amazon Connect brings something to the table for everyone to address very unique challenges for each member of your team. Amazon Connect can meet your customers where they prefer to engage through voice, chat, messaging, email, and more, while also proactively reaching out to resolve issues before they become problems. The platform's intelligent self-service capabilities automatically handle routine tasks while also giving customers quicker resolution. So when seamlessly transitioning to a live agent, they will have all the context they need to have a proactive and productive conversations. Amazon Connect also transforms the agent experience through an intelligent workspace that puts AI assistance at their fingertips. With real-time recommendations, agents are able to respond more accurately, while smart task prioritization ensures that they are only working on what matters most. The platform automatically captures and organizes insights, eliminating the need for manual note-taking So agents can focus on delivering the personalized experience that builds customer loyalty. Amazon Connect turns mountains of data into actionable intelligence that drives continuous improvement. With AI-powered analytics, it provides predictive workforce forecasting, automated quality management, and deep insights into conversations that drive business value. Real-time dashboards and comprehensive reporting provide supervisors with the visibility they need in order to make data-driven decisions to better optimize staffing, as well as identifying opportunities to improve their training programs. At the core of Amazon Connect is a unified architecture that centralizes data throughout your contact center and converts that into an automated intelligence. By consolidating data from every interaction and system into a single 360 view of the customer, Amazon Connect enables automated workflows that handle everything from routine tasks, intelligent routing, and managing follow-ups, all without manual intervention. And with the no-code UI builder, you can create sophisticated rules that would respond to real-time conditions, ensuring that consistent service is being provided 24/7 across all your channels. And finally, the value for execs is just as exciting. And Amazon Connect is transforming how enterprises are delivering customer experience and reducing costs while also improving operational efficiency. Modern enterprises require modern solutions, and Amazon Connect is delivering through native AI and machine learning capabilities, real-time analytics, as well as conversation and omni-channel support. Organizations are leveraging these capabilities to transform operations and tracking metrics through improved bot containment, increased digital engagement, and reduced incidents. Now, let's bring this to life and see it in action. In this demonstration, we will showcase how a declined transaction can be transformed into a proactive opportunity for customer education, as well as service enhancement. When the customer, Martha Rivera, had her payment attempt declined, this triggers proactively a trigger for the system at any company bank in order to help resolve her issue. Now, Martha is a loyal customer at any company bank, and she's been traveling a lot, so this time is very important for her as she uses it to relax and unwind. Receiving a declined transaction notification is not a great experience for Martha. Luckily, any company bank has also proactively engaged with Martha, letting her know that she will receive a call to help her resolve the issue. Martha receives a call from any company bank.
Witaj, tu Any Company Bank. Zanim zaczniemy, prosimy o podanie jednorazowego hasła, które właśnie wysłaliśmy.
Before she can proceed, she's requested to authenticate herself via a one-time passcode on her mobile phone.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
During the self-service interaction, the chatbot powered by generative AI quickly identifies Martha's issue and guides her through enabling the travel mode and setting the right spending limit.
Dziękujemy za potwierdzenie tożsamości, Martha Rivera. Widzę, że transakcja na kwotę 3500 zł w Any Company Hotel we Włoszech została odrzucona ze względu na zabezpieczenia dla transakcji zagranicznych na Twoim koncie. Czy chcesz aktywować tryb podróży i ustawić limit wydatków, aby uniknąć podobnych sytuacji podczas wyjazdu?
Tak, proszę aktywować tryb podróży.
Tryb podróży został aktywowany dla Włoch. Czy chcesz ustawić dzienny limit wydatków?
Ustaw 5000 zł dziennie.
Limit dzienny w wysokości 5000 zł został ustawiony. Czy mogę pomóc w czymś jeszcze?
During this interaction, Martha also expresses concern about the currency fee. And she references a previous interaction at any company hotel where she was unsure about selecting the right currency.
Tak, mam pytanie dotyczące opłat za przewalutowanie. Nie chcę płacić dodatkowo.
Przekieruję Cię do doradcy, który wyjaśni, jak unikać opłat za przewalutowanie.
Tak, proszę.
Martha is then transferred to a live agent who would be able to assist her with the currency conversion inquiry. Let's introduce our agent persona, John. John is an agent at any company bank, and he's new to the business and looking for all the possible assistance to better serve his customers. John has access to all the tools, including details about Martha's profile, which has transaction details and the declined transaction that she's referencing to. Upon answering, John is presented with a generative AI summary that is provided in the same workspace, so he doesn't have to ask Martha about the reason for contact or re-authenticate her, all at his fingertips. John also can drill down to see information about Martha, including her name, contact information, as well as her account number.
Cześć, witaj ponownie. Widzę, że właśnie aktywowałaś tryb podróży i ustawiłaś limit wydatków. Sprawdźmy teraz kwestię opłaty za przewalutowanie.
Tak, podróżuję po Europie i nie chcę mieć dodatkowych opłat.
Ach, rozumiem Twoje obawy. Widzę Twoją transakcję na kwotę 78 zł 50 groszy w restauracji Any Company z wczorajszego wieczoru. Kiedy sprzedawcy proponują przewalutowanie kwoty na złote w punkcie sprzedaży, zazwyczaj lepiej jest odmówić i zapłacić w walucie lokalnej. We Włoszech jest to euro.
John uses the AI assistant that will help him explain the best practice of paying in local currency. Let's listen.
Kiedy sprzedawcy przeliczają na złote, często stosują mniej korzystne kursy wymiany i doliczają własne opłaty. Lepiej pozwolić naszemu bankowi na przewalutowanie euro na złote według naszego standardowego kursu wymiany. Zauważyłem, że restauracja przewalutowała Twoją płatność na złote, co spowodowało dodatkową opłatę w wysokości 2,5%.
O, to niedobrze. Czy możesz mi pomóc uniknąć tego następnym razem?
Oczywiście. Aktywuję alerty w czasie rzeczywistym, które powiadomią Cię, gdy sprzedawca zaproponuje przewalutowanie. Alert przypomni Ci o wyborze waluty lokalnej, w tym przypadku euro. W ten sposób unikniesz dodatkowych opłat za przewalutowanie.
To byłoby świetne. Bardzo dziękuję.
Wszystko gotowe. Powiadomienia są już aktywne. Dziękuję za kontakt z Any Company Bank. Życzę udanej podróży.
As you've heard the experience, the seamless handover to an agent reveals that Martha had incurred a 2.5% conversion fee on her transaction, and this was from the merchant that she dealt with at any company restaurant. With the help of AI, John was able to also implement a preventive solution where he was able to enable real-time notifications for future transactions. He's also presented with the transcript of the conversation, so he doesn't even have to take notes. Now let's see our supervisor for this demo. We have Sophia, who's responsible for monitoring and evaluating agent performance. Sophia uses Amazon Connect and has access to the contact details, including transcription as well as recording of the conversation. She's able to perform agent evaluation against predefined quality standards, aided by conversation analytics and screen recording. She's presented with an evaluation form that includes questions such as, did the agent provide the appropriate greeting? Was the agent able to resolve the issue? Did they show empathy? As well as other compliance questions, indicating how the agent performed on a particular contact. She's also able to answer some of these questions where she wants her input to be provided and add extra notes. Sophia finally proceeds to submit the evaluation form, and she can see aggregated agent performance data that will help her identify any coaching opportunities. Now, this concludes our demo, and I will hand it over to Marcin, who will talk to us about Nestbank journey on Amazon Connect.
Thank you, Marwan. Okay. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. I'm Marcin Mączka, and Amazon Connect was part of my journey at Nestbank for almost 2 years already. Just quick intro to Nestbank. We are a mid-sized commercial bank in Poland with around 400,000 customers. With our lending offer, a focus on micro and SME enterprises. We are very cloud-oriented. AWS is our second cloud that we are running our workloads on, and we are investing heavily in the AI-based solutions. And the prime example is our N-Assistant solution, which is virtual agent that does not only answer simple questions about the offer, but they can also answer the questions based on the customer data. So, for example, you can ask him, how much did my vacation cost in Italy? And we decided to use Amazon Connect those 2 years ago. It was part of our broader IT strategy to move our solutions to cloud. And we also had some quality issues with existing legacy on-premise solution. So we entered the market and looked for vendors of the cloud-based contact center solutions. And in our case, the talks often start when we came to the discussion about the costs and also about the compliance and regulatory requirements. And this coincided with the moment where I believe AWS introduced Polish numbers to in Frankfurt region, which allowed us to use that solution in the bank. So we decided to give it a try. So we can have a solution which is pay as you go, which can be a foundation for building a modern and very user-friendly solution. So we also want to, let's say, leave the world of traditional IVR-based solutions and go into the solution where things are voice controlled, and actually to give the customers ability to solve their cases by themselves in self-service without connecting to the agent. But we had nothing. We were running nothing on AWS. We knew nothing about Amazon Connect, so we saw that there will be a couple of things that we need to figure out. And we didn't want a big bang approach. I think that might create some problems if you switch all the people calling from 8 to 8. We decided, okay, let's do pilot implementation. And one of the solutions that we were running on the on-premise call center was our IT service desk. And it took us 2 months to actually set up landing zone, to build a so the contact center for service desk, to integrate it with Jira, with the ticketing system, and provide the capability to agents to have an insight on the who is calling. So we also use customer profiles to recognize based on the phone number. And you just saw on Marwan's demo how this could look like the 360 sort of for the customer. So we ran it for some time. We learned Amazon Connect, and we also use that as a way to understand what the Amazon Connect is. What are the things that you need to do it? Because we knew we need to find a partner. We need to find an integration partner that would help us to implement the solution. Service desk can be done with one person, it's confirmed, but building a full business contact center, it's a different challenge. So we ran a process when we found a proper partner. So from service desk, we went to business contact center, as I call it. So the contact center that where we receive the calls from the customers. Between the service desk and business contact center, we also switched the approach how we do the things from the technical point of view. So the service desk was a lot of manual work in terms of migrating between environments, configuring and stuff like that. For the full-fledged contact center, we went into automated CI/CD. We set up all the monitoring, we improved the security and all this stuff. Currently, we are building another contact center. This is yet another service desk solution, but not for employees, but it's for our partners who can call us and ask for support with handling, let's say, customer applications, for example. And another thing that we have on our roadmap is to move remaining contact center workload, which is related to outbound campaigns. We also still have something running in the on-premise, but we want to run also the campaigns around collections or around sales through Amazon Connect. So as of now, this is kind of overview of where we are in terms of using the Amazon Connect. I think we have pretty sophisticated environment. In green, you can see the things that we are running in production. In orange are the things that we were evaluating or we are planning or we are evaluating and plan to use. So for example, we played with voice authentication, but for reasons like AI Act, we decided not to implement it. But we are thinking about video, outbound campaigns. What we really like about the Amazon Connect, and this is what we use, are the AI capabilities. So in service desk solution, we started with a DTMF-based IVR. So you click the buttons on your phone and you find the path. For the business contact center, we switched to Amazon Lex, which is based on the intents, and you can define the list of intents, and then it can route you to different flows. This was not enough for us. What we did, we actually implemented, we connected Amazon Connect with LLM model to transcribe the speech to text, to give the model the question, what is the customer calling for? And based on that, give the input back to Connect to route him into proper way, or I don't know, to different path in the IVR tree, or route to the agent. And actually, this is now part of Amazon Connect as an out-of-box solution. So when we did it, it wasn't there because the Polish was not supported yet. We had to, let's say, kind of customize it, and I will talk about it on the next slide. And so this is one of the things that we use in Amazon Connect. The other thing, we transcribe the calls. We need to transcribe the calls, and then we need to summarize them. Specifically, there's a new challenge for the banks to really answer the claims from the customers about unauthorized transactions. So we really need to speed up the how do we process the calls with the customers, and we do the transcriptions. We are also playing right now with Amazon Q in Connect, not only the part about the agent that Marwan was showing, where you can feed the knowledge base and display some hints for the agents. We also want to build actually a full voice bot. So actually give a customer full control via voice. So without, as much as possible, without using the keyboard. So the solution I mentioned before, the N Assistant, which is a sophisticated soft chatbot. Now we also want to have a voice bot, and this can be used for inbound calls. We also use Amazon Connect for outbound calls. For example, to call the customers with the survey, if they like the interaction with agent. And we also want to have a voice bot that allows to verify if the transaction is fraud or not. And this is something that I saw that also other banks are doing. Our architecture is what we have is we don't not only use Amazon Connect. You could have a contact center which is just standalone, but it's really important to understand that there is a broader ecosystem behind it, and the potential comes with using that. So there is a set of services that let's say naturally come to my mind when using Amazon Connect, which is S3 for storage, CloudWatch for monitoring, but also Event Bridge for, let's say, scheduling some stuff, Amazon Lex for the intents. There's also Kinesis, which is a streaming service. But the one that I would say it stands out is AWS Lambdas. I mean, this is all the integration happens over Lambdas, which is kind of workhorses for us. We even went as far to connecting Kinesis video streaming to AWS Lambdas, so kind of online real-time things with the things which run kind of, let's say, on-demand async. But surprisingly, it works pretty well, and it allows us to connect with the LLM. It also Lambdas allow us to connect to the downstream systems. Like core banking system when we need to authenticate the customer or get some information about in e-banking, CRM, and stuff like that. So, for example, we have a setup where our users of Amazon Connect, they have the identity defined in Azure, in fact. So it works pretty well. Also, the Polish and Poland works pretty well. If anyone wonders, okay, how does it work for Poland? I think we were trailblazing that for Poland. Probably we were first or one of the first users of the Amazon Connect, definitely in the financial industry. And it was a good decision to make this pilot with the service desk, because then we learned there were some problems around transcoding of voice over, let's say, telecommunication lines. And we had some challenges with that we successfully solved with AWS. Since then, no problems around that. Actually, the service desk is maintenance free. I don't touch it. I mean, I haven't touched it for over a year. It just works. And the only minor thing which is kind of my pain point is that the support for Polish language comes later than for the other languages. But it comes to the user base, I guess, and how many people are using. Eventually, they come. So, for example, one of the things I'm waiting for is generative voice. Right now, you heard at the beginning of keynote speech, Ola, which is a Polish voice. Also, Marwan's demo uses the Ola voice. The generative voice is much better. It's really, really nice. I mean, at least the English version, so I hope the Polish version will be as well. And Amazon is adding new, like, they are adding new Gen AI-based functionalities every time. I mean, sometimes, you know, we build some stuff and then they just overlap with the things that they provide. And one of the things that was added recently was capability to make outbound campaigns to Polish numbers. Outbound campaigns were part of the Frankfurt region for some times, but they did not allow to call to Polish numbers. And just yesterday it was announced that now you can call the Polish numbers. So we will come back to running a demo for that. And actually it changed quite a lot because previously you had to use external service to provide the input for the campaigns. Now it's all like nicely boxed in the Amazon Connect. You can run campaigns, design them, measure, run them in Amazon Connect using segmentation based on the customer profiles, and build the flows, how you interact with the customer. So I'm looking forward to using that functionality. Some numbers in terms of our case. Availability, I could put 100%. I deducted 100 only because I know there was one time when people could not call us, which was kind of telco issue, not AWS issue, I think. It's just, the connection from Poland goes to other countries and then comes back to connect to the agent. But if you check like health dashboard, it's 100%. It's running all the time. The big change that we saw is with the reduction of idle time for agents, because Amazon Connect is omni-channel. So one of the channels is something called tasks, and what we do, we use, if the agent is not receiving calls, if he or her is not on the break, they are being fed with the task, meaning we just send them info, okay, do this thing from our CRM system. And they just receive it as a kind of, let's say, call, and they work on that. Once they finish, they just finish, and they are ready either to receive a call and other stuff. And there are other channels as well, even things that you don't see directly, like video, which we also are playing with and trying to figure out how to use in our case. But like emails, SMSs, chats, voice, video, tasks, I mean, plenty to choose from. The TTM, time to market metric, is with a wing. Actually, I put 0 for 2 reasons. One reason is because we actually allow our business to change the things in production. If they want to change a prompt, be my guest. If they want to change, I don't know, hours of operations, I don't have a problem with that. Sometimes they go too much, they change the agent configuration, and it kind of breaks our versioning system. But okay, it's better than the other scenario that we have to implement something quickly. The other thing is that I don't need to make an implementation of new version of the contact center. The new features, they just appear. They are being added constantly. So I don't have a project to deploy a new version of some contact center solution. For me, it's available next day. It's 0 time. Another thing, some data about the costs. As I said, one of our goals was to use a solution which is pay as you go. And actually, for us, it is. Around 80% of the cost is variable cost, which is telco calls, which is task, which tax and support. The only visible fixed cost is networking in our case, and it's around 17%, only because we don't run any other workloads. If you have anything else, it immediately drop because it will be a shared cost. But it's all around networking, security, and stuff like that. I'm quite surprised that we don't actually see, like, it's not insignificant cost in terms of storage using lambdas. Even the kinesis is pretty low. So the things which are also used depending on the number of calls and the means people spend in our solution, which is a nice feature. A lot of those things, they fall into free tier. Couple of lessons learned. I really recommend to work with solution architects, AWS solution architects. I spent quite a lot of talks with Marwan on how to do different things. Sometimes I try to reinvent things, and he just pointed me into the right direction. So it's important to understand the broader ecosystem that comes with Amazon Connect and how you can do different things in that solution. Part of this ecosystem is also using service quotas and support cases. For Poland, sometimes you need to create a ticket to change something. For example, if you want to open your contact center to any number in the world, by default it's limited, outbound calls are limited to 5 countries, and Poland is not one of them. But once you learn how it works, it's pretty straightforward. I already mentioned that the releases will overlap customizations. It will happen that whatever customizations you do, Amazon will come with the same thing, nicely packaged in Amazon Connect. So we are currently I'm currently figuring out how to change our, let's say, custom voice controlled bot into using AI agents which are actually embedded into Amazon Connect. It's not like even separate function, separate service that you need to use. You can just go directly in the Amazon Connect and you can create a prompts there just to drive the self-service conversation. And there are also agents for not only self-service, but also the agents that can support the call center employees, agents supporting agents. Terraform or not, this could be a presentation on its own. Depending on the size of your solution, you will need to think about the CI/CD, preferably automated. With 3 environments in our cases, we went the Terraform way, and maybe we went too far. We control a lot with Terraform. So, like even the hours of operations, sometimes I'm thinking maybe it's too much. I know one of the users of Connect from different parts of the world, they have just separate solution that controls the CI/CD. It's not even Terraform, it's something that they built, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. Create your standards. So again, I really recommend to do some pilot implementation and play with different things. They are pretty cheap. I mean, you can enable everything, all the GenAI's latest shiny stuff, and just play with it. See the transcriptions, see the recordings, see the stuff, and also learn what are the knobs that you need to turn. And then you need to have a standards for naming the knobs, for flows, for attributes configuration. Sometimes you will want to use APIs. We use quite a lot of them, just to, for example, trigger the outbound connection and stuff like that. And this is also scheduled. There's some maintenance work that we do after working hours and stuff like that. The nice part that I see in Amazon Connect is that like non-functional aspects like security, I don't know, scalability, availability is non-concern to me. Like I said, service desk is running and I do nothing. And in terms of business contact center, I'm focused solely on the functional part. I mean, other stuff, I don't even care for the moment about the storage of the recordings. The only care I have is to, let's say, store in permanent way the contacts which disappear after 2 years. But you can use AWS services to gather the information. And last lessons learned, it's so much easier to do things with others, not on your own. So I mentioned the solution architects. I will also mention account manager, Natalia, who really helped us with going through different contractual, regulatory, compliance stuff. Especially we are the bank, we need to follow DORA, so there is a lot of things that we need to cover. Also, AWS provides different programs that support you in moving the workload. One of them is Migration Acceleration Program, which also comes with some financial incentives, so have a look into that. And as I said, we use the integration partner to build the business contact center. In our case, this was Tameshi, and we are working with them for over a year, I think. Yeah, over a year already. And it was a pleasure to work with them. Thank you. Marwan.
A real-world use case in the financial services using Amazon Connect. Your learning doesn't stop here. And besides other summit sessions, we have Amazon Connect free courses available on AWS Skill Builder that you can use in order to improve your competency in Amazon Connect. I will leave the QR codes up for you to scan. Also, you can go ahead and create your free account if you don't have one for AWS Skill Builder to access the range of other AWS courses and certification. Finally, I would like to thank everyone. And please, we would like to hear from you on your feedback for this session as it helps us improve for future sessions. Dziękuję.